Hey everybody, welcome to the Ronline Report. I had this guy on the show a year ago after he took, was it last year, second also at the Muscle Mayhem show to Victor Martinez last year. And he's getting ready for a show this weekend, the Muscle Mayhem, where, you know, if you weren't thinking of this guy as a possible winner, take a look at the latest pictures of him. What's your Instagram there, Charles?
That's Charles Griffen _ IFBB Pro.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care who's showing up for this. Charles is in the way. So without further ado, Charles, the definition, Griffen, and that's it with E-N. Don't spell it with the I-N.
Yes, sir.
So, Charles, like I said, the last time we talked, you took a strong second place to one of the greatest bodybuilders of our generation, Victor Martinez, Arnold Classic champ, Olympia run-up. I mean, that's when he's on his game, when he's 90% or better, he's one of the very best in the world, bar none. So, you know, no dishonor, but everybody was talking last year at that show and for the weeks afterward about Charles Griffen. Wow, because you know you're one of those guys that, you know, I have to be blunt. I kind of thought maybe you were going to be one of those B-list guys, the guys who does top 5 in smaller shows. Maybe he'll win a small show, but is he going to push for the bigger titles? Is he ever going to be like top 5 at the Arnold Olympia? No, probably not. There's a lot of guys like that. And, you know, in my mind, I sort of had you categorized that way until last year. The changes you made, the improvements, when you showed up at that Muscle Mayhem show, I was like, I couldn't believe this was the same guy I had been, you know, sort of following for a couple of years already. And let's also go back, you know, before losing to Victor Martinez, one of the greatest, you know, you turned pro at the 2015 Nationals, won the heavyweights, and the guy you lost the overall to, Sergio Oliva Jr., a lot of people got him pegged as possible future Mr. Olympia. So, you know, second place, it's not a dishonorable thing when you're coming second to people like this. You know,
no, not at all.
And you're pushing them. It's not like they're dominating you. You are pushing them. And this just happened a few weeks ago at the IFBB Pro show. Steve Kuklo, he won. A lot of people said, I thought I had Charles for the win. You know, different physiques. Some people like your physique a little bit better. Condition-wise, you're right there. You know, sometimes it's two guys who it's a coin toss. I hate that it comes down to a coin toss. Yeah. So at least start there. You know, IFBB Pro show, we didn't talk about it. So tell me about the experience of that show. How confident were you going in when you started getting called out with Steve and a couple of the other top guys? How confident were you at that point?
Man, you know, I was very confident going up into the IFBB Pro. Because, you know, I was seeing what we were bringing. My body, I've never seen my body look the way it looked. That Wednesday before the show, that Thursday, Friday, I was looking like I was very confident, you know what I mean? And we all work hard. We all put the work in. And I see these guys backstage, and I think, oh, man, look how he looks. Look how he looks. I'm worried about him. I'm worried about him. Because I'm giving respect to all the other guys. They put the work in just like me, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I seen how my body was looking Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and I was like, man, we was about to tear this shit up. I'm about to get this old qualification. I'm about to do it. I don't care who it is, who I'm going against. So I was real confident, and you know, then coming Saturday showtime, I was confident, but like I said, I think I won. I think I beat Kuklo, but I put my hats down to him. He's a great competitor, this and that. Yeah. But, you know, I feel like if I would have brought how I looked on Friday, there was no way they would have been able to take it from me. Like, my glutes were in, shredded, grinder, crispy. So whatever me and my coach, my last coach did, Tim Johnson, we did over that from Friday to Saturday. We just barely missed. Yeah, my conditioning was on, this and that, but if I would have brought how I looked Thursday and Friday, there was no way that Kuklo could have beat me, you know what I mean? I feel like he could have beat me. So we left that door open a little bit. But like I said, when I saw Kuklo backstage, I was like, man, let me take a picture with you, you know what I mean? Let me take a picture with you. These is guys that this Saturday is going to mark my 4th year of bodybuilding all together. So for me,
that's ridiculous. That is just ridiculous. But
so for me to be backstage with Hide and you know, Kuklo last year was my 3rd year. I placed second next to Victor. Do I think I won? Yeah, I'm gonna say I think I won. But Victor's one of the greats. I won because I came second to Victor. That was a win for me. You know what I mean? My coach came back. He's like, man, Charles, I don't know what to tell you this. And I said, man, I just placed second next to Victor Martinez. Victor posted me on his Instagram page, and my stuff went crazy, man. So,
Yeah.
Victor, I won. You know, I won. I placed second next to Victor. That was a win for me right there. You know what I mean? So, the Indy Pro, it was a great experience, man. You know, it gives me, like I said, I give everybody respect, but it gives me more confidence going into these shows, hearing what you say, the Palombos, the Chris Acetos, all these people, you know, saying what they see in me, you know what I mean? I'm my hardest critic. So when I'm looking, yeah, but now I'm starting to be a true believer. I'm seeing what we're doing, this and that. So me going into this Muscle Mayhem show is just like, I got some extra boost underneath me. Like my chest is sticking up and my chin is up in the air, ready to try to get. You know?
So people get fascinated by this stuff. I competed many years, so it always fascinates me things that can go right and things that can go wrong in the last couple of days, and how your body can change pretty drastically at times for the better or for worse. Unfortunately, it's usually for the worse. Rarely does anyone get like way better in a couple of days like they wish they would. So what did you look like Thursday and Friday as opposed to what we saw on stage Saturday at the show? And what do you think happened in between?
I had like you could lose your thumbs in my glute striations. That's how it was. Like I was so crispy, I was so this, and we're like, can we just put me in the freezer and me stay right here, and I hop on the stage and you know. My last coach, he wanted to try to do something. He wanted to not do this and not do that, and it was like, you know, I don't know if we should have did that. I was going against it, but he's my coach, so I'm gonna listen to him, you know. And it didn't pan out our way, but you know what I mean. Me and my last coach, Tim Johnson, we got so far together. Like I owe him a lot. He gave me a lot of, you know, what he taught me in his 4 years is huge. I'm happy I just didn't get with one of these other coaches, and I just do whatever they want me to do, because he put some good principles inside me. And, you know, now me moving forward, I know what I could do with not doing all this or doing all that. So, but we just kept missing. Every pro show we were there, like, you got to be a little crispier. You got to be this. You got to be this. Every show they said that. So, you know, I had to switch it up, and I switched up coaches here.
We'll talk about that, but before, because I definitely want to talk a lot about that. But I want to know, a lot of times we always look back and think, I should have done this, I should not have done that. I don't want you to give away all your secrets, all your peak week conditioning, but name just a couple things off the top of your head. Generally speaking, what would you have done differently so you could have kept that look?
So basically, we didn't use a diuretic.
Okay.
We didn't use a diuretic, and you know, I felt like we probably should have used a diuretic. Basically, those other days, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, I got 7 to 8 hours of sleep. I got real good sleep. So my body dried out, you know, did this and did that. Then the day before the show, I didn't sleep that much. So my body didn't dry out like it would if I would have got that 7 to 8 hours of sleep. So I was holding on to a little water, and he decided not to put a diuretic in me. And if we'd have put a diuretic in me, those 3 hours I didn't get of sleep, that diuretic would took away that little 3 hours of water that I didn't burn off when I was sleeping. So that's where we messed it up at. That's where we missed it at. And, you know, got back after the indie show, and we just kept, he's like, maybe it was this, maybe it was that. Like, oh, maybe it's this and maybe it's that. And he was just like pulling stuff out of air. And it's like, I need to know, because my time is now. The pendulum is swinging my way. Yeah. I want to start winning shows now. So that's what it came down to right there.
Let me ask you this, Charles. A lot of times in cases like this, I think it comes down to like stress. People there's so many guys I've known over the years, top pros, who look awesome, and then they just start like freaking out. And for whatever reason, they're just getting stressed out, and they hold water because the cortisol, whatever. It's all hormonal and everything. But was that going on with you? Were you starting to like panic or something?
That's why it was not going on, because I seen how I was looking Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. This was the most confident and the most confident I ever been going into the show. My shoulders were relaxed. I didn't have no stress. I had no worries. My worry was, after I get this win, when am I going to go eat? You know what I mean? That's what my worry was, because that's how confident I was feeling, because I knew that I was bringing it, and I know I put all the work in. over this past off season to bring it, and I knew I was bringing it, and like I said, we just missed it. I left that door open a little bit. Like I said, if we go back and look at pictures, this and that, Kluklo, the only place he was really sharper than me at was the glutes. He was a little sharper on the glute area right there. Yeah. My glutes weren't horrible, but they weren't like they were Wednesday and Thursday. That's the only place that I seen Kluklo get me at was the glutes. So I'm gonna be just straight honest. That's where I feel he was the only place. He was the only crisper than me at.
You know, I hope you don't get any flack for saying that. I don't think you will, because I say this friggin' almost to everybody I interview is, you know, if you want to be the best, if you aspire to be even like top 5 at the Olympia and the Arnold, forget about winning the Olympia. You have to believe you can beat just about anybody when you're 100%. Otherwise, why are you doing this? You know,
why are you doing it?
Are you competing to take 7th place? Are you going through all that shit, the prep and everything for that? No.
And I like how you said that. Not talking about winning Olympia. I got people saying, "Oh, you're about to, your Phil Heath should be worried about you." Man, I'm not even thinking about Phil Heath right now. Yeah. There's number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way up into 20 that I got to worry about even until I start thinking about Phil Heath. Of course, why am I doing this if I don't think I could get that Phil Heath title? But like, to be realistic right now, my thing is win the show and getting all the people that's behind Phil Heath. And then I get to Phil Heath, you know what I mean? Just to be straight up honest, I want to get an O qualification this year, and I want to get into that top 10. Like last year, we shut it down after the Chicago Pro. I was this close with points, but I feel like I wouldn't have been able to beat any of the top 10 guys. So why put myself through this going to the Tampa Pro and grinding more when I could shut it down and get ready for this season, which I think was the best move because I wasn't ready for none of those top 10 guys last year.
Right, and I mean, that's smart because it's a whole other prep, and you prepped already earlier in the season. You go through all that to get like...
Yeah, I did 3 shows. So I did the Cal Pro, Muscle Mayhem, and the Chicago Pro, and it's like, pretty soon my body was like, okay, yeah, we could go to, say I did get in by points at Tampa, and then my body's dead tired once I get in the Olympia and I don't get my best showing. So I decided to shut it down. We're going to give it my best showing this year.
So I'm looking at the contest pictures from the Indy Pro, and you look bigger and fuller to me than you did a year ago. Specifically, it's not about the weight. I say that all the time, people, so don't even give me shit for this. But what was the difference between like last year's Indy Pro? I'm sorry, last year's Muscle Mayhem and this Indy Pro a few weeks ago?
My weight difference is probably about 10 pounds.
Wow. And where would you say that 10 pounds went?
Man, you know, I would say it went a little bit everywhere. You know what I mean? Like I felt my legs that came up because I remember, you know, Chris Aceto and they were talking about Victor had me on the quads, which I didn't really see, but you know, these is the people that's been in the game, so I take what they say to heart. And I went in the dungeon, and we call it my gym, Los Campeos. We call it the dungeon. It's in the basement. I went in the dungeon and killed those quads and killed those hammies. And you know, I didn't want to just point on one thing. Like I've been known for my back, but just because I've been known for my back could get bigger. So I just went in the off season and just did everything. You know what I mean? I just didn't want to pinpoint this, didn't want to pinpoint that. I just went ham on everything. I just wanted to improve everything.
Well, let me tell you, your back and your arms, they're done. Stick a fork in them, Charles. You don't need to. You could probably lay off those a little tiny bit and focus on, you know, other stuff. So, okay, yeah. And I said this before we started recording. If they do like if you make it to the Olympia this year, which obviously I think you're making it to the Olympia, they do those awards at the banquet right after the show Saturday night. And most improved. Come on, guys. Everybody listening? Vote for Charles Griffen. Definitely.
Trying to get it.
Regardless of the placings or whatever, I'm talking about who's coming up and who's really fulfilling their potential. Because so many guys, it's not like it's up to them to satisfy the fans and everything. But when you see someone has really good potential and you're waiting and waiting and waiting and it never happens, it's a bummer. You know, just this past weekend, Akeem, who you're going to be seeing on stage Saturday.
Yeah.
I had given up on him. I totally gave up on this guy. And I was like, he's never going to get in shape. He's got like seal skin. He must be eating McDonald's. I don't know what his deal is, but I give up. It's like him and Lionel Baiki. I gave up on both of them. They're never going to get in shape. Sorry. You know, I refuse to support them anymore until they get in shape. And he brought it. So, you know, I love seeing people that work hard and they make those improvements. Just that maybe it takes years and years, and obviously you're on a little faster track with your improvement because fourth year of bodybuilding.
Yes.
Wow, that's insane. So now let's get to it. You just started working after that show, or right after that show.
Yep.
Matt Janssen, who I didn't even know until New York Pro that he's been working with Nathan also. So, he had a great record in the past with Dallas, a couple other athletes. So
Sean Carita, he just had Sean Carita win the 212.
So he's making a real name for himself. So how did this happen? How did you end up working with Matt?
How did it happen? I just been like, it's always been in the back of my head, like, I need to get to this next level, this and that, that and that. But I'm a loyal person. Like, my coach done a lot for me, and we have big dreams of me and him getting here and getting there. So I always just stuck with my coach. We missed it this show, we missed it that show, but that's my man. Like, I look at him like family. My mom passed away. I felt like she put him in my life to teach me principles of bodybuilding, this and that, not to just go out here and just throw whatever I want in my body, you know what I mean? Just because I think more is better. He taught me the good principles. So I stuck it out with him. And this last indie show, we just missed it again. And like I said, every pro show they said that. And I followed Matt, and we had conversations a few times. We had conversations, and he never talked to me about trying to get me, because he knew I had a coach and everything like that. But he just reached out saying, I'm looking this and looking that. And it was just, when I talked to him, it was somebody I could really relate to, this and that. And like I said, I just seen his grind, and I seen what he done with Dallas and Sean and all these other people. And it was just like, I could, I like who I could deal with, just text on a normal basis. Like Chris Acetos, great coach, this and that. But I feel like I won't, click with him like that. You know what I mean? So Matt is a young guy. He knows his stuff. And I got back from the indie show, and I reached out to him, and he's like, buddy, I'm ready to help you whenever you're ready to get this. I said, well, let me talk to my coach. And I talked to my coach, and I let my coach know what it was, and that I need to switch it up and try something new. And I ended up going with Matt Janssen, man. I've been following him ever since I've been bodybuilding. I've just been following his game and just seeing what he's doing. And I like what he's doing. And I feel like, he knows what he's doing. So, man, now I'm on autopilot. He's just taking the wheel, and I'm just doing whatever he says. So it's lovely. It feels good just to go in here and not worry about anything at all,
Yeah. Well, it just shows how new you are to all this. If you've been following Matt Janssen since you started bodybuilding, because I think he's only been kind of a name, I want to say like 4 years max at the most.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But he's, if you're good, you're good. Like I always say, if you're going to be like the greatest guitar player in the world, I don't think you need to be like 40 years old to be the greatest. You're probably going to be pretty damn good when you're 19 or 20.
Because when I had, I want him to come out to the Muscle Mayhem show. So I was like, he's like, you got to pay for your coach. And I'm like, yeah, I've got you, man. I want to bring you out there. So when he sent me his birthday, I'm like, shit, he's 1989. Like, he's young, man. And, I'm older than him, but I'm looking up to him because he knows his craft and everything like that. So it's just pretty crazy to see when he sent me his birthday. I'm like, dang, he's born in 89. He know what it tripped me out. You know what I mean?
That is great. 89, jeez.
Yeah.
I met my wife in 1989. Wow, that's a long time ago.
Yes.
So, without giving away the whole workout, the whole program or anything, but immediately, what were some changes he had you start making?
Man, he, food-wise, he said, my protein was low. He said I was on the low side of protein. And he basically said, when I give you this, I honestly think you're going to blow up, and we're going to grow into the show. And, I just started seeing stuff change in the 9-10 weeks I'm working with. I'm like, what is going on here? Like, I thought I looked different at the indie. Now I'm about to bring a whole different look. And, he asked me how I was training, and I told him how I was training. So he put his hand inside my training, switched things up, had me doing different rep range, this and that, and that, and had my body doing a whole different thing. Made me take, 2 rest days to rest my body since it's different training. And my body just took on to the new diet and the training, and it just took on to it, and it's been holding on to it, and it's been great, you know what I mean? It's been like, just like, because his hashtag is do the hard stuff, and you know the way he trains this and that, that and that. Like I've been the amount of carbs I've been running, like I'm not used to this. You know what I mean? I've been used to running 500-600 carbs. Lowest I go is 350. I've been running on a low amount of carbs, high protein, but it's grinding. Like how I've been feeling the week when I go into peak week.
Yeah.
People call it peak week. I don't call it peak week. I just call it the week before the show.
That's right.
When I go into the week of the show, I'm energetic. I'm ready to get it. I woke up Sunday like, oh my God, I feel like awfulness. You know what I mean? This is how you're supposed to feel. Like it feels great to feel like this. You know what I mean? Like I just had to cancel clients tomorrow, and you know, not training clients on Wednesday just because I need my rest. It's like I'm grinding it out, and it feels like. I text him like, I love this. This is what it's about. I'm supposed to feel like this. You know what I mean? So he just me working with him this short amount of time, it's instilled some little badass in me. You know what I mean? I got a little more rougher around the edges, and I like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, the geeks out there like me will want to know. You say you were a real low. Matt felt you were low on the protein. So, what was your body weight, and how much protein were you taking in?
Man, I was taking in like the low, I think he had me like the low 300 some grams of protein. I was taking like 300 grams some protein, and now I'm up in the 450 plus, you know what I mean? I'm eating a lot of protein and a lower carb. So my last coach had me higher carbs and lower protein, which, yeah, I stayed hungry a little bit more that way. But now I got a lot of protein going in my body, little amount of carbs, which is keeping me tired, but I'm growing into this show, feeling good. So the little lack of energy, lack of carbs, I don't care about the carbs. I want to win, you know what I mean? So that's where it was. I'm eating like every meal is like 9 to 10 ounces of meat, and it's great, you know what I mean? The bill ain't that. When I go to Sam's Club and Walmart and stuff, or Whole Foods, it's pretty big, but I'm loving
Charles, you're competing at like 260. What are you competing at?
What's that?
What'd you weigh at this last show? At the end.
So what do you think I weighed at this last show?
Well, tell me what you weighed last year at the Muscle Mayhem.
Muscle Mayhem, I was probably around like 230, 231.
Okay, I'm going to say 244.
No, I was probably anywhere from 237 to 238.
Oh, okay.
Like, so, a lot of people think I'm bigger than what I am. It's like, you know, like you said, it ain't all about the weight. So who gave me that is like William Bonat, like Dexter Jackson.
Yeah.
These dudes ain't never the biggest dudes, but it's about that dense muscle, the quality of the muscle, and how you flow. And I used to get intimidated, like by, oh man, I gotta go against, like my pro debut, I gotta go against Nathan Diaz. I gotta go against Justin Compton. These guys weigh more than me. Now I don't care about the weight on the scale. You know, as long as we bring that condition and the muscles pop, I'm going to look bigger than what I am on stage. So, you know, it's just forget the number. It's just what the mirror look like, you know.
Well, you know, it's all an illusion, like we say all the time. And you have, you know, Flex Wheeler at his best was never very heavy. But he had tiny little waist, small joints, real round muscle bellies. Yep. You know, you definitely have some similarities to that. You have that type of bone structure and those type of muscle bellies where you can be 230, 235, 240 and look as big staying next to a guy around your height who's maybe got 20, 30 pounds on you even. Cause
like Kluko had,
exactly.
Like you put me and Kluko on the stage again, I look at the pictures like he didn't look like he outweighed me by like 20-some pounds, you know. He didn't look like he's a bigger frame, bigger thing, but, you know, I look thicker. I have more denser muscles, so, you know what I mean? It ain't all about the number on the scale, and I'm finally knowing that. I'm happy I finally understand that, you know what I mean? Because these big guys was intimidating me, but William Bonat came out of nowhere. I'm like, William could do it. Why can't I do it? You know what I mean? So,
you know, Dexter, what do you think Dexter really weighs at the Olympia, honestly?
Dexter probably weighs about 240 something in Olympia.
Okay. I mean, I don't.
Phil Heath just posted on his thing a little bit ago on his off-season thing. He's like, I finally reached 280 pounds. Like, this is a 7-time reigning Mr. Olympia. He just hit 280. He competes like 250, 255 on stage, and he's winning shows. So 260, 270, 280 on stage don't mean nothing, you know. So that's Phil Heath. Phil Heath's anywhere from 250 to 255 on stage. So I'm like 10 pounds away from what he be whooping people ass on. You know what I mean?
Rami can't get near Phil Heath, as we know. No
Yeah.
disrespect at all to Rami, none,
Yeah.
none meant. But he's not close remotely to beating Phil Heath. I'm sorry, because Phil's
Not
just
at all.
it's a much prettier physique, the detail, the maturity.
Yeah.
He's just
Yeah.
got a lot of things I don't know if Rami's ever going to have. And Rami was 300 on stage. He's been even higher than that at times.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, who cares? 260, 270, 280, whatever. It's not a.
Whatever.
I say it's not the county fair. You're not the prize pig or the prize pumpkin. It's supposed to be about a shape and aesthetics and all kinds of other things.
Exactly.
So we are Monday. You're competing Saturday. You say you don't call it peak week. It's just a week before the show. But what is different? Like, when do you stop training? Do you up the carbs at all? Do you change anything drastically with your diet or your training this week?
Like right now, no, we're keeping of course I'm training smart, but I'm not going into the gym just doing a pump up. We working out still, you know what I mean? I'm still grinding, I'm still putting the work in, but I'm just training a little smart. I'm not going in here lifting the 180-pound dumbbells, I knock it down to the 140 dumbbells and stuff like that.
What it was.
The intensity is still high. We're still training hard. Training like I said, just training smart. Only thing we're not doing is hitting quads or hamstrings. But right now the plan is the same. I'm just waiting when that email comes, then I switch it up. So I don't even ask no questions anymore. Like, it's just I send them pictures. He has me send them pictures in the morning when I'm flat. And then, I've been flat for like 2 or 3 weeks now, the amount of carbs I've been eating. And then I send him some pictures after I work out, just so he can see me at different times of the day instead of just early in the morning, you know what I mean? So I just send him pictures and I just wait for the email to come, and whatever he says do, we gonna do it, you know what I mean? So really has nothing changed this week. Since Saturday, nothing changed. I got my 8 days out program, and ain't nothing changed. We're doing the same thing. So, yeah.
People are geeks and we want all the details. Are you doing more or less cardio this prep than what you normally would be doing?
I'm doing more cardio, but I'm eating like my last coach. What he'll do is take away food. He'll take away food and have me do a little cardio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like how I'm doing right now. Keep me fed, with a lot of protein and stuff like that. Keep me fed, and I do a little more cardio. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie, when they first sent me my cardio thing, I'm like, man, I ain't never did this before. Like, you want me to do this, and that? I'm like, well, I'm following the plan. I'm doing what I do, and yeah, it sucks. I'll be tired, this and that, but when I wake up in the morning, I look in the mirror, I'm like, well, it's working. You know what I mean? After I get done with this cardio, after I get off this, I get to eat 9 ounces of steak. So, you know what I mean? I'm not mad at that.
So I mean, the fats are pretty high if you're eating steak.
Yeah, I get one steak meal. I still get one steak meal. I get 9 ounces of steak, so that's where I get my fats from. Okay. Other than that, we grind in and out.
So Matt's always been known as not just texting and emailing, but he's a hands-on guy. Like, he and Dallas, they started out, I think, as training partners, and even when they were coach and client for whatever amount of time they trained together consistently. And when I interviewed him after the New York Pro win, he said he'd been, I think he had been in Tennessee for like a few weeks.
Right, he'd been in Tennessee for like 9 weeks.
Yeah, staying with Matt and training with him every damn day. So you're in Minnesota. Any plans?
I'm in Minnesota.
He's in Tennessee, right?
Yeah, he's in Tennessee. So this time, I just stayed out here in Minnesota, but my girlfriend, Megan Gold, she's about to go to school here in August. So she's going to be at school from August to August. So I'm going to have a little more spare time on my hands. So this next off season, I plan on going to Tennessee for some weeks and, getting more hands-on with Matt and doing some training since, my lady's going to be getting her nursing. She already has 1 bachelor's degree. She's about to get another in nursing. So while she's doing that, I'm going to have me some time to go to Tennessee over there on the farm and do some lifting with Matt. You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking forward to doing right there.
He doesn't really live on a farm, does he, or does he?
Yeah, he's a farm boy. Yeah, country boy. Yeah.
Dude, your cardio will be getting up to feed the chickens or something.
Yeah.
So
communication. The communication is big with Matt. Like, I text him and he communicates right back. Like, I send him check-in pictures. Boom, he comes right back. He sends the voicemail talking. Like, communication is big. Like, he's real big on communication. So that's what I like. I have a question, he answers it right away. So yeah, he's big on that.
And, you know, adjustments, does he adjust like on a daily basis if need be?
If need be, you know, if need be, he adjusts on a daily basis. Like when we first started out, you know, it was staying pretty steady. And now we've been doing some changing. But, you know, like we said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So right now we grind it out, and I'm getting tighter. Every day I'm getting tighter and tighter. So it's no need to do nothing. You know, a lot of these coaches and a lot of these dudes, they want to do something glamorous, something crazy. Let's do this, let's do that. Well, if this is working right here, why touch it? You know what I mean? If it's working, we're getting tighter, why not? Why touch it? So, you know, I know we're going to have some changes coming up here, probably here soon, shortly, with more food coming in. That's the only change I know about.
I mean, you're still on low carbs, right now?
Yeah, we're still on low carbs. I'm eating about 115 grams of carbs, and like I said, that's super low for me. I've always ate like 300 or 400 grams of carbs. So, yeah, I've been grinding it out, but yeah, it's all worked. Like I said, the way I feel right now with this prep, I've never felt like this before. So when I seen all these other guys, the energy, this and this and that, I'm like, what are they talking about? Oh, now I know what they're talking about.
Well, you know, you've never felt like this, so you must be seeing things in the mirror every morning you've never seen before. Yeah. Give me like one example of something cool that you were happy with.
Yeah, like last night I was like dead over here, and I told my girls, like, you got something to do? I got to eat one more meal. She made my asparagus for me, and I was like, my weight's gonna go down. I feel it, and I got up on the scale. My weight went down. I looked, whoa, glutes are in. Everything is getting more crispier. So it's like the feeling I'm feeling. It's a good feeling because I know we're doing something. You know what I mean? So I don't need energy right now. I just need energy on Saturday.
Right. So the lazy people out there are going to want to know, cheat meals, did you get any? Or has this been a no cheat meal prep?
No, you know what? That's one thing he's big on. He's big on refeeds. So I was getting a lot of refeeds, and his refeeds was, whoa. Like every meal, you get more food and cheat meals here and there. So he's big on those. He's big on refeeds. So, you know, when he told me to get one, I get one. When he told me not, I didn't get one. So, you know, he's big on refeeds and everything like that. So it's pretty good.
Well, I hate to keep asking about cheat meals, but people are obsessed with it. What's your favorite cheat meal that you've had on this prep? Just one.
Let me see. My favorite cheat meal, I don't know. I'm going to have to go with our last one. Me and my girl went to this burger spot. It's a Juicy Lucy. It had double patties with cheese, bacon, and hickory sauce inside the burger.
Inside the burger?
Oh, my God. For 5 weeks straight there, me and her were going out every Saturday to different places, different burger places here, different burger places there. So I can't pinpoint one good one. They were all good. You know what I mean? So, and I appreciate him doing that. It was making me look better, but it made my girl continue to like me. You know what I mean? I was able to take her out on dates to different restaurants and stuff like that.
I mean, do you think that was possible because, you know, you were already in really good shape?
Yeah.
At the Indy. So, you know, had you started to work with him like 12 weeks ago or something and you were out of shape, I don't think you would have been getting your burgers, but you got your burgers, so it's all working out perfectly.
Oh yeah.
So what can we expect to see different? How different do you think you're going to look? What areas or aspects will you look different from back at the end of March?
We're going to be all the way crispy. Like hamstring is going to be dug out, glutes are going to be in, just all around conditioning. We're the separation in my quads, everything is going to be different. I'm bringing a whole different look. Like, it's really silly, man. It surprises me how my body's changing and the stuff we're doing and everything like that, because I don't know, like people, my good buddies at the gym, they're like, this is like crazy. Like, I can't wait to see you when you get a full off season underneath them and this and that, because you've been prepping with them for 9 weeks and, you know, you had these tremendous changes. So it's just going to be all around the conditioning. That's the main thing right there. The conditioning is just going to be crazy. And like I said, how I looked when I was 237 pounds with the glutes in, I look currently right now when I'm 205 pounds. This morning I was 245.8 pounds.
Wow.
And I look like how I looked when I was 237 pounds.
And that's 245 morning weight, you know, no food yet, right? And
No
that's
food better than
and what have you been on? Like 100 grams of carbs a day on average?
100 grams of carbs. Yeah, 100 grams of carbs. And so I'm from this point before the Indy, I am up about 8 pounds. I'm about up 8 or 9 pounds in weight right now with better conditioning than I was Wednesday before the Indy Pro. So I'm excited, man. Like I'm really excited. Like, yeah, it's on.
So when we finish this, you're going to check your email. You know, do you hope to see an email from Matt saying, "I want you to add 3 cups of rice to every single meal from now until the show"?
I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no because we still got some more shredded to get. Like, name of the game is being shredded. You know what I mean? Like, if I try to play the size game, there's always gonna be somebody bigger than me. Speaking of Akeem, he's a big boy. You know what I mean? This and that. He's just a bigger frame than me. Not saying he's more thick or dense. He's just a bigger frame. So there's gonna be some guys that's bigger than me. So the name of the game is conditioning, you know what I mean? So we're just going to bring that conditioning. That's what I'm excited for. I'm actually kind of excited to go do this cardio once we get done because I know what it's going to be doing for me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We talk about these guys are so much bigger, but I mean, you've said this is only your 4th year of bodybuilding. Weren't you like 185 or something in your first show?
My first show, June 2014, I started out at 190 pounds.
190, and here you are. You'll probably be on stage around 240.
Yeah, I'll be on stage. I say I'll be on stage 240, 241, yeah.
So that's 50 pounds of muscle.
Yeah.
I think it's very, very safe to say you got another 15, 20 pounds left to go before it's all said and done.
It's on. Yeah. It's on.
So people, not that anybody should be worried because everyone should be confident or else why you were a pro bodybuilder, but
exactly.
15 pounds more on Charles Griffen, you guys need to worry. Unless you blow out a big gut in the process, and then, it's not such a worry.
We keeping that gut in check. I don't want to make sure we keeping that gut in check. I don't want to end up on no Instagram fail pages with my gut hanging out and stuff like that. Yeah. So we got to keep that in check. You know what I mean?
I only mention that to you because, a lot of guys I could give a shit if they ruin their physique because it wasn't that great in the first place. But, you have the potential. I see a potential in you to be pretty damn great in the next couple of years. So don't fuck it up, as Rupert would say.
No, we keeping it pretty. We keeping it pretty.
All right, man.
Yes, sir.
I want to thank you very much because you did this on super, super short notice. I don't even want to tell people. They're going to say, well, you're a bum, Harris. Why didn't you prepare a little better? But thank you so much for doing that with us. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. And if you get this qualification, which I believe you will, or if not, what happens? You're definitely doing the Olympia this year, right?
Oh man, I get that qualification, man. We got 14 weeks to get ready.
Yeah.
We got 14 weeks to get ready, so that's what the goal is right now. You know what I mean? I feel like I can stand with anybody on the stage on this competitor list right now. I'm ready to bring it, and I'm ready to go. Like I feel like I'm due. I've been knocking on that door. A couple seconds, couple thirds. I'm ready to get that qualification, and I feel like we're going to do it this weekend. I really, truly feel like that. So it's on, man. I can't wait to wake up on Thursday and go to the airport.
Yeah. I mean, looking at your pictures, thinking, how's this guy not winning shows? And, maybe that's, I won't have to say that anymore in a few days.
No, it's on.
You have a win under your belt finally.
Then I want to come back on the show with that qualification. I want to get back on the show with that qualification.
Dude, you're always welcome, of course.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you having me on the show, man. Asking me on short notice, man. I love to do this. I love this sport. So whenever you give me a call, I'm ready to do whatever, my man.
Charles, has anyone ever told you sound a little bit like DMX?
I get that all the time. DMX, Vin Diesel, I get all that. I call it the deep sexy. That's what I call it. I call it the deep sexy, you know what I mean? So I'm going to go ahead and get that patent, the deep sexy, so people can't steal that, yeah.
Because it's kind of, some of these, there's a few guys who have kind of squeakier voices, and it's kind of it doesn't really match what you're looking at, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that everybody needs to have this voice like you, but, or they could, but.
Like my man Michael Lockett.
Yeah.
Lockett, he's this big, round, bubbly dude. When you hear him talk, man, he's all soft. Man, that's one of the coolest dudes, though. Like, he got me at my pro debut. He got me at the Chicago Pro. So it's due for me to get Michael Lockett. So I'm about to get Michael Lockett this weekend. It's due for me to get him.
Okay, well, it's all good, Michael. It's all friendly. You're all there.
It's all friendly, you know what I mean?
Don't take it
They want
personally.
to get me just like I want to get them, you know what I mean? So it's on. We're gonna have some fun.
Like everybody says, we can be buddies off stage. We hang out. Like Jose and Flex Lewis, they're like the best friends. They're like
Yeah.
when they're together, it's like they're brothers. But when it's on stage, it's a whole other
Like,
situation.
for instance, one quick thing. Nathan Diasha, Juan Morel, and Justin, all them, how they were going at each other before the New York Pro. That's fun. That's for bodybuilding. You know what I mean? Make it interesting, because when it comes down to it, he wants to beat me. I want to beat him. Why be quiet about it? Like, I want to win. So, but then after the show was done, Juan, Nathan, Justin, they showing love, this and that, that, and that. It's all part of the sport. Like, we train for first place. We don't train to get second, third, and fourth. So, have fun while you're getting ready for it. That's what I'm all about.
It's not a team sport, people. It's not a team sport.
Not at all.
And there's no ties. Somebody's got to win. Somebody's got to lose. So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I hope it is you that wins Saturday, Charles.
It's on,
Akim, Akim's probably listening. Akim, I'll be happy for you if you win too. Trust me. You're both awesome. Yeah, that's it. You're both great guys. I'd be happy either way. But
yes, sir.
I'd like to see you. I'd like to see you finally get a win for sure. He's already got a win under his belt. I think your time is due. We'll see what happens.
Thank you, brother.
Cool, man. So thank you so much. I wish you the best of luck. Hope everything works out perfectly, physique-wise, peak, everything you want happens. You're a good dude. And that's all. So for the Ronline Report, it's been Ron Harris with Charles the Definition Griffen. Check him out this Saturday at Muscle Mayhem Pro.
Yeah, buddy.